Roach didn't back down.
At all. At all. And did you see the size difference in the ring? Obviously, Roach being, being the bigger man. But
Roach came up. Roach normally fights at 130. He came up to 135.
Hopefully, after I win, I can defend both. I want to unify, or, if we do a rematch, then we could do that.
Everybody's trying to protect that O. Ain't nobody want to take no chances. Because they feel now if I take a chance, I lose. Ocho, my career. Bro, stop it.
ESPN analysts have been highly critical of Javonte, Tank Davis, for refusing to take a rematch with Lamont Roach. And let's just say, it's not sitting well with many. Fans were eagerly waiting for Davis to step back into the ring and prove that he's the real deal. However, now there's growing speculation that he might be avoiding a legitimate challenge. Both Stephen A. Smith and Shannon Sharpe didn't hold back, essentially calling him out for not acting like a true champion. With the boxing world buzzing and fans demanding answers, Davis is definitely feeling the pressure. The big question now is whether he's intentionally avoided a fight that could have defined his legacy.
I just so happen to be a boxing fan that the fact that I do watch him fight, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really like boxing.
Are you open to immediate rematch?
In my contract, immediate rematch was signed. I signed for the immediate rematch when I signed for the first fight.
Right.
Just in case he lost or just in case it was a draw.
So when you got a rematch clause, how long we taking?
It's up to the A side and when they want to fight. So I'm thinking it's going to be soon. I'm hoping it's going to be soon. Let's say that.
What is soon to you? When you say soon to me, I'm thinking a month.
I'm thinking July.
I'm thinking July for sure.
The fight between Davis and Roach was highly anticipated, with fans expecting Davis to showcase his dominance. However, the match didn't unfold as expected. Roach's performance exceeded everyone's expectations, challenging Davis throughout the bout. The turning point came in the 9th round, when Davis unexpectedly took a knee. He later claimed that hair grease had entered his eyes, affecting his vision. This explanation sparked controversy and raised skepticism among many. The referee chose not to count this as a knockdown, a decision that has sparked much debate. ESPN analysts were vocal in criticizing Davis's performance and the events surrounding the 9th round incident. They questioned the validity of Davis's excuse and expressed concerns about his readiness and focus. Stephen A. Smith pointed out that distractions in boxing can be extremely costly, stressing that champions must be fully prepared both mentally and physically. Max Kellerman also added that the incident raised doubts about Davis's training routine and his attention to detail. Meanwhile, Smith gave credit to Lamont Roach for putting up an incredible fight, saying, "I gotta stand down and give mad respect to Lamont Roach. The brother fought one hell of a fight. This was a damn close fight." He also remarked that Davis's knee should have been counted as a knockdown, but acknowledged Roach's skills and effort. Roach earned the boxing world's attention that night, proving the doubters wrong. Sports analyst Stephen A. Smith also commented on Roach's size disadvantage against Davis, stating, "I think Roach is too small. That's my issue. I'm not questioning his skill set or anything like that." This sentiment was echoed by other boxing experts, including former interim WBC lightweight champion Ryan Garcia, who said, "I don't think Roach has the firepower to hold off Tank. He's got great skills, but realistically, he doesn't stand much of a chance."
Give you my picks on 3 fights taking place Saturday night at the Barclays Center in New York City between Javonte Tank Davis and Lamont Roach, Gary Russell versus Jose Valenzuela, and Sandor Martin versus Alberto Puello. Javonte Davis uses knocks somebody out inside of 85 punches because he's clearly capable of that. But I just see this as being a kind of fight where he's going to have to run him down. He's going to have to walk him down, rather, and he's going to have to throw some punches before he ultimately catches him. And that's how I view it. So I'm going to go with more on this particular one. Next up.
Lamont Roach Jr. has made it clear that he strongly wants a rematch with Javonte Tank Davis after their controversial majority draw on March 1st at Brooklyn's Barclays Center. The fight ended with one judge scoring at 115 to 113 in favor of Davis, while the other 2 judges had it even at 114 to 114. A key moment in the fight came in the 9th round, when Davis took a knee, citing an eye irritation. However, referee Steve Willis did not rule it a knockdown, which Roach believes affected the final result. Expressing his disappointment, Roach said, "I thought I pulled it out. I definitely thought I won, but we can run it back. Davis has also shown interest in a rematch, with plans to make it happen by the end of May. Both fighters are eager to settle the score and bring a clear conclusion to their rivalry.
From a division lower, moves up and gives Tank Davis his toughest fight. I thought beating him on the inside, making him miss, putting offense behind defense after making him miss, being more active. Obviously, Tank's going to have the edge in power. Tank is going to have the edge in power strikes. I think ultimately the stats spoke to that. I don't think that this was a disaster. I think it'd be strong to call it a disaster. The fight was not great up front. The fight was not great in the middle, but it was very good. Not amazing, but definitely very good down the stretch. I think we can all agree with that.
Despite Lamont Roach Jr.'s repeated calls for a rematch following their controversial majority draw on March 1st, Javonte "Tank" Davis has made it clear that an immediate rematch is not on his radar. The fight ended with one judge scoring it 115 to 113 in favor of Davis, while the other two judges had it even at 114 to 114. A significant moment came in the ninth round when Davis took a knee after a jab from Roach, leading to a debate on whether it should have been ruled a knockdown. Referee Steve Willis did not count it as such, a decision that has been widely discussed. Roach's team appealed the draw, requesting a review of the ninth round incident, but the New York State Athletic Commission upheld the original decision. They cited that both fighters adhered to the referee's rulings during the match. Although Davis acknowledged Roach's solid performance, he stated that a rematch isn't a priority for him at the moment. He hinted at having other plans for his next fight and suggested that fans would soon find out who his next opponent would be. Speculations about potential matchups have emerged, but no official announcements have been made. Roach, disappointed by the commission's decision to uphold the draw, remains determined to secure a rematch. He believes there's unfinished business and continues to push for another bout to settle the controversy. As both fighters move forward in their careers, the boxing community eagerly watches to see if a rematch will happen or if Davis will choose other challenges. The controversy surrounding the Davis versus Roach fight has escalated further as the New York State Athletic Commission, NYSAC, has officially launched a review of the bout's outcome. According to Boxing Kingdom, technical difficulties initially delayed a proper assessment of the pivotal ninth round incident where Davis took a knee. Many argue that this moment should have been ruled a knockdown in Roach's favor, which could have potentially changed the final decision.
Even without the knee, that should have been a knockdown. I thought I should have won a competitive fight. I think I did what I needed to do necessary to bank the rounds. I'm just a little frustrated with the scorecards. I thought I should have won.
The boxing community and fans had a strong reaction to the outcome of the bout. Many felt that Roach deserved the victory, believing that the failure to call the knockdown in the ninth round impacted the final result. Social media was flooded with debates, with hashtags like #RoachRob trending. Even prominent figures in boxing weighed in. Floyd Mayweather commented, "Tank still got it, but that ninth round was a mess. Roach gave him a real fight. A rematch makes sense." Shakur Stevenson added, "Lamont outworked Davis, no question. That draw stinks of favoritism." In the aftermath, there has been increasing demand for a rematch between the two fighters. Roach, who was visibly disappointed by the outcome, expressed his desire for another bout, saying, "I definitely thought I won this fight. I went toe-to-toe with one of the best, and I proved I belong at 135. They can boo all they want, but I'm not satisfied with a draw. I want that rematch." Davis acknowledged the controversy surrounding the fight, but indicated that a rematch isn't his immediate priority. He stated, "Lamont's a great fighter, but I felt I did enough. The grease in my eye threw me off, but I'll be back stronger. Let's run it back." He also expressed his thoughts on the ninth round incident, saying, "He didn't fall down. The wind didn't push him. I hit him with a right hook, a left hook, and a body shot. But that wasn't an official knockdown. I feel like it should have been, but I'm not a professional ref. I just know the basics of boxing. But y'all tell me, do you think they should have a rematch? Yes or no? I want to see it. I need to see it because this was too good of a fight for it to end in a draw." Davis later revealed plans to step away from boxing to prioritize his mental health and personal growth. The undefeated WBA lightweight champion explained that boxing had shaped him into an aggressive, move-first mindset, but now, he wants to temper that for the sake of his 2 daughters. He shared his intention to embrace therapy, saying, "I want to get everything out of me, so I'll never think about fighting again." Davis's words reflect a deep desire for personal transformation and emotional well-being, moving away from the warrior mentality that has defined his career. Rather than continuing to chase titles, Davis wants to focus on self-improvement and find inner peace. This marks a significant shift for the 29-year-old, who has built a reputation as one of boxing's most dominant athletes. By stepping away, Davis hopes to set a positive example for his children and prove that true strength lies not just in the ring, but also in personal growth.
That's why I don't want to box no more. I want to do therapy, right? But I feel as though if I do therapy, it will lose the fire that I have inside me. I want everything out of me where so I don't never think about fighting again. I don't think about even getting angry, you know what I mean? Because I have 2 girls, 2 daughters. I'm wanting to be much softer, you know what I mean? Be more humble and things like that.
The majority draw between Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach Jr. has sparked significant controversy, particularly due to a crucial incident in the 9th round. During that round, Davis voluntarily took a knee, claiming a discomfort caused by hair grease. However, referee Steve Willis did not count this as a knockdown, a decision that has been widely disputed. Had the knee been ruled a knockdown, it would have awarded Roach a 10-8 round, potentially altering the outcome of the fight. The New York State Athletic Commission is now reviewing the incident, acknowledging that technical issues prevented an immediate assessment during the match. This review adds to the ongoing debate about the WBA's role in the controversial result. When asked about the incident, Davis explained, "I didn't want to get caught while my eyes were burning, and you can't get knocked out like that. So I chose to take a knee. I didn't realize you could get disqualified or that the count would start. I was confused, but it's cool." Meanwhile, boxing legend Mike Tyson has expressed admiration for Davis's skills, stating that with the right dedication and choices, Davis has the potential to achieve legendary status. While Tyson recognizes Davis's talent, he also emphasizes the importance of making wise decisions both inside and outside the ring. This advice highlights Tyson's recognition of Davis's potential, as well as the challenges that could derail his rise in the sport.
I don't really be trying. New Balance at Nike is DC. Over Baltimore? 100%. Brawler.
Brawl means more than one person. So he knocked people out real quick. You knock people out real quick.
Yeah, but I can knock you out like.
So you saying that you can knock him out faster than Mike Tyson, probably, if it was a challenge?
Mike Tyson got power and skills. I feel as though like I have like.
George Kambosos Jr. did not hold back in his criticism of Javonte Davis following the controversial draw against Lamont Roach Jr. Kambosos highlighted Roach's impressive performance, emphasizing his skill and resilience in the ring. He was particularly struck by Roach's ability to challenge Davis, a feat not many have managed. Reflecting on the fight, Kambosos questioned Davis's ability to compete against top-tier fighters. The fight itself was filled with controversy, especially in the 9th round when Davis took a knee but was not credited with a knockdown. This incident sparked widespread debate, with many in the boxing community believing Roach deserved the win. When asked about the fight, Kambosos said, "I had just finished my recovery session, so I was pretty relaxed, but the start of the fight wasn't very exciting. It wasn't action-packed, and I was dozing off a little. But then Lamont started giving him some work, and he looked good. I've got to give respect to Lamont Roach. He proved a lot of people wrong. I think he shocked Tank with what he was able to bring. And then we saw the controversy with the knee. To me, that's a knockdown. You can't just take a knee and decide to go to your corner and get your face wiped. If that's a 10-8 round, Lamont wins the fight. It's unfortunate, but that's the fight game. Hopefully, they do it again, and Lamont gets paid what he's worth." Despite the controversy, Davis seems more focused and determined than ever. Reports suggest that he has reconsidered his initial thoughts on retirement and is now fully committed to securing a rematch with Roach. Many fans and analysts have noticed a shift in his attitude, as he appears more eager to step back into the ring and prove himself. Davis's decision to move forward with a rematch is a significant change in his career plans, signaling that he is ready to silence his critics and reclaim his dominance in the sport.
Well, it looks like Tank was not playing about this rematch, man. He's looking to probably get back in the ring with Roach by the end of May. And as far as that retirement stuff, it looks like that's out the window as well.
Course of your plans for your future?
Been working hard, been working real hard. My skills are to be spoken for on his own.
I probably got like 4 more fights now, for sure.
But I'm going to be honest with y'all, man. As much as, we hate the fact that he had a draw, I think this was the best thing for Tank. You could just kind of see, even in the press conferences and everything like that, he was kind of forcing himself to be interested. And I only know one person that can bring his interest back. Calvin is the key, man. Calvin has known Tank since he was a child. Nobody knows Tank more than Cal, man. He's the only person that I believe that can bring the best out of Tank. But what do y'all think, man? What do you think Tank needs to do differently in his next fight so he can get back to doing stuff like this, man, at the end of his fights? Comment down below.
Boxing analyst Showbiz the Adult has made a bold prediction regarding the anticipated rematch between Javonte Davis and Lamont Roach Jr. He asserts that Roach will secure a knockout victory, basing this forecast on Roach's impressive performance in their first fight. In that bout, Roach not only went the distance with Davis, but also showed resilience and skill that few others have been able to demonstrate against the undefeated champion. The fight, which ended in a controversial majority draw, had a pivotal moment in the 9th round when Davis took a knee, citing irritation from hair grease entering his eyes. Referee Steve Willis did not rule this as a knockdown, a decision that sparked much debate within the boxing community. Showbiz the Adult dismisses Davis's explanation about the eye irritation, suggesting that such distractions will not influence the outcome in the rematch. He believes that Roach, having already shown he can challenge Davis over the full course of a fight, will enter the next bout with even more preparation and determination. This time, Roach aims to avoid relying on the judges' scorecards by going for a definitive knockout to solidify his place in the lightweight division. As the anticipation grows, Showbiz humorously remarks, "You got any grease in your hair tonight, Tank?" Lamont better ask that in the second fight. "We know what you're gonna do because I've trained with you since we were kids." He reflects on Roach's calmness in the first bout, noting, "He never hurt Roach. Roach just waited and was squared up. I didn't think he had that in him, but then he just sat there. He knew what was coming." A crucial moment of the fight occurred in the 9th round when Davis took a knee after a jab from Roach. Referee Steve Willis did not count this as a knockdown, leading to widespread debate. The New York State Athletic Commission, NYSAC, later acknowledged that technical issues prevented them from using instant replay to review this incident in real time. Specifically, the commission stated that they did not receive the replay video in time to review the situation, forcing them to rely on the referee's in-ring decision. This acknowledgement has further fueled discussions about the fight's outcome, as a knockdown ruling could have changed the final scorecards in Roach's favor. Despite the ongoing controversy, the NYSAC upheld the original decision, stating that since the fight continued for more than 3 full rounds after the no-knockdown call, and both boxers had adjusted to the referee's ruling, the decision did not ultimately determine the fight's outcome.
To override his decisions or not. Some skeptics have suggested that Willis's call benefited Davis unfairly, but we do not subscribe to that notion. In our long experience judging fights, we see no evidence of favoritism, only a referee prioritizing the physical safety of a fighter who appeared compromised by an eye injury. Which I actually did. I understood that statement because, hey, look, Steve Willis he didn't call it a knockdown.
You take a knee like that, that looks like a knockdown. All right?
So I think it's going to be very difficult for the New York State Athletic Commission to review this and then call it a knockdown.
WBA President Gilberto Mendoza made a shocking statement regarding Javonte Davis's fight against Lamont Roach. Taking to Twitter, he reiterated, "Let me repeat, I stand by what was expressed last Sunday in Ring Magazine. Based on my 30-plus years of experience, taking a knee without a punch shall be ruled a knockdown. It affected the result of the fight. This remark has placed Davis under intense scrutiny, as it suggests that an incorrect ruling may have influenced the outcome. Fans and analysts are now debating whether the fight should be reviewed or potentially overturned. MMA journalist Ariel Helwani also analyzed the fight between Davis and Roach, calling it satisfactory but not exceptional. Helwani particularly focused on the controversial 9th round when Davis took a knee. He argued that such actions should be deemed a knockdown under standard boxing rules. This perspective aligns with the views of many fans and analysts who believe the referee's decision not to count the knee as a knockdown significantly impacted the outcome of the fight. The incident has sparked debates about rule interpretations and the consistency of officiating in boxing.
And this, that, and the other. Like, it all kind of felt like an afterthought. And then the fight happens, and truth be told, like, the fight wasn't the best fight of all time. It was fine. It wasn't your vintage Tank Davis fight. There wasn't a knockout. There wasn't a knockdown scored by him. It was just sort of fine. If that was your first time watching Tank, you're probably like, okay, yeah, sort of, I get it. But it kind of speaks to his demeanor going into the fight. Like, it just felt a little bit underwhelming. And then we get to the 9th round, and then it's complete madness, because in the 9th round, you probably have heard by now, the fight is moving along, and it is important to note that Lamont Roach lands a jab or two, and where we want to start the clock is up to, debate, but he certainly lands a punch. And then seconds after that punch lands, that jab lands, all of a sudden Tank Davis takes a knee.